Hi everyone, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. It is June 22nd, 2021. It is a Tuesday. While we chat for just a little bit, I'm going to cleanse my space. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to see if there is a clear difference because I will be channeling the same energies, which is from spirit, from our higher selves, our angels. And today is an improvement from yesterday, so that's wonderful. It's 1:12, 1:13 on the clock. And I'm just happy with that because yesterday did not end on a very good note. In fact, prior to it was a precursor, a foreboding, but I did ask Spirit and my angels for some clear direction on identifying who are my, how do I say it? Who are the people of integrity in my life and who is just like kind of faking the funk, you know? Don't you want to know? I want to know. So, why wouldn't you want to know? So you just go direct to source. Whether you call source spirit or God or gods or I don't know, Gaia, whatever, you know, is equivalent. Let's go with that, okay? I forgot how good sage smells. So good. Okay, we're gonna do a random quick read. 2:29 on the clock. And now that we've cleansed our space and got through a little bit of a chit chat, we're gonna do a pick a pile reading. Pick a stone. Stone. Okay. First one that ended up in my hand after juggling a few, finagling a few, is a pyrite cube. Pyrite cube is pile 1. Can you? That is pile 1. With a little death metal in the background. Pile 2 is, let me get this one. Aesthetically speaking in the lineup, I think this one's second. This is an Odin stone. Ooh, we match. That was not intentional. Pile 2. Odin stone. Oh my gosh. And it fell. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna try to get it. And I got it. So it's good. That was pile 2. Pile 3 is Selenite. Selenite, Selenite, Selenite. By the way, I'm in Big Bear. Thought I should mention that to you. We have Selenite. A little bit of a block. Yep. Okay, that was pile 3. Now what question are we asking here? I just wanted to get a bit of advice from Spirit for today. Let's say for this week. Something to focus on. You know, originally I thought of this week, and I'm sorry, I guess it's supposed to be this week. But I've been finding that when I change up the scene a little bit, I like to have a clean focus, a clean sheet of paper for Spirit and my angels to tell me, like, what in particular should I focus on today, you know? See how you feel about it. I think what we're trying to cover now is what should we focus on, like the best piece of advice from Spirit for this week. And then for your exercise, I'm being told that it is important for you to complete this practice on your own, which is, and I guess you could parallel it to a ritual, because it is in practice, right? It's a formal intention of your applied energies, your point of focus, your self-motivation, yeah? So it's important to go with that. And I'm thinking In doing that, you practice and you ask Spirit and your angels and your higher selves on your own. When you change up your footing, change up your stance for that added support, that backing is 5:55 on the clock, to ask what your point of focus is direct from source, from Spirit, from God, from your angels, from your higher selves. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead. What is the best piece of advice for pile 1? What is the best piece of advice for pile 1, Pyrite? This is again a timeless reading. If you resonate with any of the 3, I suggest, if you do have more than one pile, that you watch it in the order that it resonates most to the least. Okay, what's the best piece of advice for pile 1, Pyrite Cube, with the death metal in the background? You might enjoy that kind of thing, and if you're foreign to death metal, maybe it's something that either calms you or gets you going. I find. Okay, so there's 2 here. There's Page of Pentacles and Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So with these cards alone, let me see what it is conveying. Okay, it looks like there's a want to start something new. You're contemplating your investments, you're upholding it, and I mean, it's basically like this, right? You're holding this investment of this cube, the world, in your hands, this part of you. And you're looking at it, not conceitedness, but this adoration that you're realizing something valuable. What you're holding is something valuable. That you're very lucky to hold whatever that is. However, there's a reversal in the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is the smartest card in the deck. Which, I don't think this is any insult to you. It's laying your stakes in the ground. Yeah. Pinpointing what it is. Like reassessing your plans. Because I also get the 2 of Wands in this vibe, looking at this. So it's not just laying down your sword or laying down your weapons, but the discerning that goes with just trying to remap. Laying down stakes, like the foundation here you see, is the crown of divinity. When you lay down stakes in a tent, you're holding down your shelter. So it's basically what that is. What is the best piece of advice, if that wasn't already it, for pile 1? Spirit, angels, higher selves of pile 1, Pyrite Cube. Oh, I see a number 1 spray painted over there on a gate. So, pile 1, it looks like there's a gateway, a closed but viewable gateway that is meant to be opened. It's not a locked area. So perhaps this is a new portal of entry to new foundations, because it's to a home, it looks like, or some kind of business. I can't see what business it is because it's alongside a residence, townhomes or apartment homes. So it might be like the landlord area. We got the 5 of Cups in reverse. It could mean cutting your losses after a period of mourning or focus on loss, hence the audible iteration of closing doors. This is something that's solemn, but since it's in reversal, it's like you're no longer grieving the 3 cups that have fallen. I think I need clarification. Okay, that's one. 8 of Swords. It's about like having your hands tied, but that's really just saying that they are. You can really free yourself up. Oh, okay. So when you're thinking about this investment, this thing that you hold value of and being like a part of it, being valued alone, like it's a representative form of what you hold before you, face level, eye to eye, even slightly above. You see? When you look at that, there needs to be some reassessment, like picking your battles, picking your investments, being very discerning of it, like using this. Your perspective has been skewed a little, because of your losses. You're moving out of that, but because you're moving out of that, you're feeling a little stuck. When you're not really stuck, it's just a feeling. Yeah, and maybe even the mechanics or the physicalities make you feel stuck. But because of this is the dividing line between your investments and moving out of this loss, the mourning of it, that 13:56 on the clock. You have to pick your battles on how to use your energy. So since this would be like the smartest card, making the most out of your cycles, your death cycles, 14:13 on the clock. So you're still using this sword. It's probably not you in the best light, but you're getting there. Like you're laying down your stakes to hold down your investments, your foundation. Holding your ground, even without the aspect of competition. This is singularly speaking. So that is your advice. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, higher selves of pile 1. If you like to hit the like button, hopefully I'll see you again sometime. But I hope that helped you. And I think that's it for that. Yeah, I feel like that's good to focus on for a week's time, because whatever you're going through, you're already aware of the parallel to it. This is just confirmation in navigating. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this working for me? Why not? Well, you're holding anything down that's flimsy, that should not be in its form. So that was pile 1. Pile 2 in just a moment. Okay, pile 2. It is officially 4:20 right now. I thought I was going to have to go real quick, but this is your reading for the Odin stone. Angels, Spirit, higher selves of pile 2, the Odin stone. What is the best piece of advice for pile 2? Best piece of advice for pile 2 this week. Ooh, okay. So you are getting out of this feeling of grief, whatever keeps you up at night. Yeah, distressed. You're getting out of that. How? You focus on your works of accomplishment so far. I see 4 here. 4 is probably a number that is significant to you, based on foundations, building them, stability, being grounded. How to achieve more fluency in what you're doing. So, let's see. Pile 2, is there anything else? 1:30 on the clock. Spirit, angels, higher selves of pile 2. Do you have any other? Oh, the Hermit. Hi everybody, welcome back. Anyway, today is now the next day, June 23rd, which is a Wednesday. It is lightly touching on the evening. So I just want to continue the reading, because when we went on vacation, I didn't have as much private space as I'd like. And I did the reading on one of the trips, so we are now re-saging. Sage smells nice. All right. I need to see where we left off. It's pile 2. Oh, because we just pulled the Hermit card in upright. Again, this is the... Okay, let's just slow down. 1:11 on the clock. Let's slow down here. Okay, by the way, that is a sign of leadership, being in union and flow. You might want to look that up for angel numbers. Okay, so angels, higher selves, those that are watching, specifically for their pile or piles, chosen at the time that they received this spirit. We left off on pile 2, which is the Odin stone wrapped in blue. I no longer match it, but who cares? That's fine. What question we are trying to answer at this time, or in the middle of answering, is what is the best piece of advice from Spirit for this week to focus on? So we kind of sped through this, getting out of this feeling of sadness, anxiety, things that really hurt you, and have a lingering impression on you, that it interrupts your sleep. So focus on your accomplishments, your stability, looking back at your achievements and saying, I got this far. I'm pretty well established with what I've accomplished, and despite all of that, or when it was an upright. In order to do this came out, I think, more as a clarifier. You see how the cards run? This is shining light to your accomplishments. This is going into hermit mode, looking within, and it's like a nomad in the night, possibly mourning the loss of sun, and looking for clarity in the moonlight with his or her own light within, emanating from within. This is, I think, considered the dark night of the soul, which is doing your shadow work, and it's not all solemn as one would deduct. It also includes lifting yourself up based on what you've done so far. Just remembering not just like the achievements that you can physically name, but why you got this far. What have you done to further establish yourself? Like, that's a huge plus, a huge win. It's not just getting out of this, but the mobility to think about gratitude also towards self and those that helped orchestrate this, whether that be direct facilitator or indirect, like a catalyst. Well, that's direct, but it's more like with a different intent, a different delivery. Yeah, a different delivery. Let's call it that. And you're looking down on that. It's almost like laddering up. You've done all of these things, and that's just the base level. Do you see that? The face? Looking down at all of this. It's like you're bigger. You're also bigger than your accomplishments. So it's equally important as a component to give yourself praise and gratitude for what you've done so far. These are very good tarot decks, by the way. These are very, very, very notable accomplishments. So the styles and fluency in which you adapted to getting yourself creatively out of this feeling are awesome. They're wonderful for anyone to accomplish. So that is pile 1. Where's the rest of the cards? Where did you go? There you are. Okay. Spirit, is there any more for pile 2, Odin stone? The reason why I did this was that normally you tie in like a red or black or white string around it. I think the most common one is red. That's for protection. Odin stones are to ground your vision into like an elemental zone almost. A realm. You've seen this in my other readings, and you could look this up yourself. But I had this little piece of blue lace, and it's vintage, and tying it up like that kind of reminds me of Madonna. You must be some Madonna fans, some of you out there. But her 80s version of it, and how blue is originally a feminine color before we hit modern times of interpretation. So it's almost like this divine feminine aspect where you're like constantly reinventing yourself, like Madonna, right? Staying true and honest, of integrity to herself. Like the transformation process, she embraces it, the new form of being, while putting closure to the old. Like she doesn't revive those things. She pays respect in the completion of that cycle, and she fully embraces those cycles, which is really cool. I'm just kind of noticing that. I didn't do this for pile 1, but maybe I'll do it later. So I like this because it's almost like a buttonhole here. It's the impression of creating another, what would look like a buttonhole, but it's not. It's just a singular one. It doesn't go all the way through on that area. I just thought that was pretty interesting. It's within the process. It's almost like an illusion because it goes so far deep in this darkness that it looks like it would follow all the way through or cut through to a certain point. But it's not doing that just yet. So it's, I think, another iteration of the process, embracing it as it becomes, in the becoming. And I think that's part of what we're looking at here. There was something else to this. Blue. Oh, throat chakra. That was the initial reason why I started to even describe this. That 10:06 on the clock. That almost like your voice is protected. I like that aspect. And there's a certain amount of divine feminine to it. Yeah, so anyway, we're talking about a transformational process. So I have a feeling that you're on the right track. This is what you've done so far. And then right here, you're just turning back and you're noticing all these things. Not just the history, what arose from it. Yeah. Because when you're like this and your face is covered or whatever, you can't see what's going on over here. So this is essentially like your higher self, the version in the attempts in the becoming of your higher self to shine light upon this, because you're not quite seeing it at that time. But you're moving out of it, right? So that's awesome. I just get the impression what you're doing is already gaining an understanding of that, the need for that. Though you might not have done it just yet, or you're just starting to. So I feel like this is also support for some of you that are already in motion to do this, that it is the right thing to do. 11:53 on the clock. Okay, is there anything else, Spirit? The best piece of advice that you can give pile 2 at this moment? Or was that it? Because I feel like that was it. Anything else, just the last call on that. No, I think that's it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you liked it, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. I would certainly appreciate your support in that, and I hope this helps you out. In the meantime, a pat on the back on what you're doing. Really cool. I didn't expect to read for this, so you might be quite surprising in not just your delivery, but what you end up ultimately deciding to do, where to invest yourself. It's an example for others. It's a good example for others. The intentions to what we just discussed is correct. Okay, thanks very much. Now we're moving on to pile 3.